Shalom, Yisrael. All praise, glory, and honor to the Most High Power, Hayashua Haya, Bahashem, Hamashiach Yeshai, Wakodash Shuwak. This Shach Shema, coming from the Holy Seat of Jeshurun, set up our offspring of the Most High chosen peculiar people, seeking to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. Faith in Hamashiach Yeshai, and walk on the fruits of the Kodash Shuwak power, right? Blessed to come before y'all. Pray y'all being strong. Pray y'all walking in the Spirit. Pray y'all living by faith. Pray y'all exercising your faith. Pray y'all letting the Most High fashion you according to His liking. We are His clay and He is our potter, right? So we're gonna go into a couple more scriptures. Just continue to bring out, all clarity, all understanding, all wisdom, in reference to us, the Most High chosen people, the Israelites, and everyone else, right? So we're going to deal with Zechariah today, and we're going to deal with Isaiah. Scriptures are brought out, right? And so the scripture that was brought out in Zechariah was Zechariah 2:11, and we're just going to read all the way up and get the full understanding, right? So we start at Zechariah chapter 7. Zechariah chapter 2, verse 7. Deliver thyself, O Zion, that dwelleth with the daughter of Babylon, right? So this is, of course, Israel, right? Coming out of Babylonian captivity, right? For thus saith the Most High of hosts, after the glory hath he sent me unto the nations which spoiled thee, which spoiled you, right? For he that toucheth you touches the apple of his eye. This is giving clarity to who Zechariah is talking to, all right? We already know he's talking to the nation of Israel, but let's just, hit a verse, all right? The nations that spoiled. What nation spoiled Israel, right? Because, again, all these verses are being brought out to show salvation and all the promises and deliverances for all nations, right? This is Jeremiah chapter 30, and we'll start at verse 10. Therefore fear thou not, O my servant Jacob, right? There's another verse that shows you who the Most High servant is, Israel. Saith the Most High, neither be dismayed, O Israel, for lo, I will save thee from afar, and thy seed from the land of their captivity, and Jacob shall return. Another thing, you can't return to the land, to the law, statutes, and commandments, and if you never had it, right? That's how these terms, man, they can only apply to Yasharallah, historically and scripturally. And Jacob shall return and shall be in rest and be quiet, and none shall make him afraid, right? Verse 11, for I am with thee, saith the Most High, to save thee, though I make a full end of all nations whither I have scattered thee. So if you're not of the nation of Israel, the Most High is going to make a full end of you through judgment, plague, famine, sword, right? This is what he's going to do. Yet I will not make a full end of thee. He's not going to make a full end of Yasharallah, but I will correct thee in measure and will not leave thee altogether unpunished. Most High does not give any man a license to sin, right? Verse 12, for thus saith the Most High, thy bruise is incurable, and thy wound is grievous, meaning the wickedness that we have done. Verse 13, there is none to plead thy cause, that thou mayest be bound up, thou hast no healing medicine. This is the time when Mashiach is not there. So he's like, this wickedness that you've done, I had to check you. I had to deal with you, right? Verse 14, all thy lovers have forgotten thee, because Israel is known as a woman unto the Most High. So since when it says thy lovers, it's talking about the nations and the idols and the powers that you decided to serve. They seek thee not, for I have wounded thee with the wound of an enemy, with the chastisement of a cruel one, for the multitude of thine iniquity, because thy sins were increased. Sin is transgression of the law, the sins of Israel increased. Verse 15, why criest thou for thine affliction? Why thy sorrow is incurable for the multitude of thine iniquity, because thy sins were increased. I have done these things unto you. He's explaining Israel. This is why I'm doing this to you, because you was cutting up, right? You was doing wickedly, right? Flies wilding, bro. Right away. Verse 16, therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured, right? How non-Israelites going to avoid this judgment right here? It's already spoken against them, right? We got prophecy spoken for us. We got prophecy that was spoken against us, and they all happen and come to pass. But when it comes to the non-Israelites, it says they're going to be devoured. It says, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them shall go into captivity. Right? Doesn't say the ones that believe. Doesn't say the ones that turn to the Most High. Doesn't say the righteous Gentiles, which that scripture is a made up term using scriptural terms to sound like it's scriptural. But that ain't nowhere in the Bible. That doesn't exist. A righteous Gentile. That's not even possible according to scripture, because righteous means lawful. And the Gentiles, the non-Israelites, can never be righteous because they never got the law. And they that spoil thee, right? Remember he said in Zechariah, right? Let's read it again. Zechariah said, the nations which spoil you, right? The Most High sent Zechariah to the nations which spoiled you. So, it says, and they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. So, this is giving you just understanding of who he's speaking on when he talks about the nations which spoiled you, talking about the nation that spoiled Israel. Back in Zechariah chapter 2, verse 8. For he that touches you touches the apple of his eye. Who's the apple of the Most High's eye? Right? This is how you got to read. Got to get everything full context for understanding, right? This is Deuteronomy 32 and 10. He found him in a desert land, Egypt, and in the waste howling wilderness. He led them about. He instructed them. He kept him as the apple of his eye. Right? Who? Jacob. Right? So we're talking about Israel. Verse 9. For behold, I will shake my hand upon thee. That means he's judging them. I'll shake my hand upon them, and they shall be a spoil to their servants. Who were their servants? Us. We were their servants. And they shall be a spoil to their servants, and ye shall know that the Most High of hosts has sent me. Right? Verse 10. Sing and rejoice, O daughter of Zion. For lo, I come, and I will dwell in the midst of thee, saith the Most High. Who scripturally the Most High said he's going to dwell amongst? Right? Who? Let's see. Let's go to the law, which should already tell you, right? This is why we got to do this, y'all. All right? And this is a very important point I have to make in this verse, because he said he's going to dwell amongst who, right? Leviticus 26. And I'll read start at 11. And I will set my tabernacle amongst you, and my soul shall not abhor you. Obviously talking to Israel. This is Leviticus. And I will walk among you, and I will be your power, and ye shall be my people. That's Ahia telling you. I'm going to be around you. I'm going to dwell with you. I am Ahia, your power, which brought you forth out of the land of Egypt, that ye should not be their bondmen. And I have broken the bands of your yoke, and made you to go upright. Right? Just telling you clearly. Right? Reading verse Zechariah 2 and 10 again. Sing and rejoice, O daughter of Zion, for lo, I come, and I will dwell in the midst of thee, saith the Most High. Let's get one more on that, right? Ezekiel 37. Ezekiel 37, and let's see. Man, there's so much of this we can read. We'll just read Ezekiel 37 and 27. My tabernacle also shall be with them, yea, I will be their power, and they shall be my people. Right? So we just reading who the Most High says he's going to do this to, right? You can get one more. Jeremiah, right? This is who the Most High is talking to in this verse. It's not going to change up in the next verse, right? I'm going to show you Jeremiah 31 and 1. At the same time, saith the Most High, will I be the power of all the families of Israel, and they shall be my people. That's even more clear, right? So there's no way you can get confused who he's the power of. It tells you also in Joel, he's the power of Israel and none else. So it's all clear, right? But the key word here says what? The key phrase in chapter 10 that applies to chapter 11 is sing and rejoice, O daughter of Zion, for lo, I come, and I will dwell in the midst of thee, saith the Most High. So verse 11 says, and many nations, this is where the confusion starts for this man. And many nations shall be joined to the Most High in that day. Right? So that's supposed to mean Israel and all other kind of nations. Even the ones that are supposed to be a spoil to us. And the ones that have, been a prey. We've been a prey to. The ones, that going to be devoured some kind of way. Some of them are going to be joined unto the Most High. This is what the brother's saying, right? So it says in verse, reading again, Zechariah 2:11, and many nations shall be joined unto the Most High in that day, and shall be my people. We just read a couple verses. Most High said who his people are, right? And I will dwell in the midst of thee. You see that? That shows you who these people are. Because it says, and I will dwell in the midst of thee, and thou shalt know that the Most High of hosts has sent me unto thee. That should tell you clearly. These are the same people. Now, how is this possible that the Most High is saying that many nations shall be joined unto him? Let's go right back to Ezekiel. Right? Ezekiel 37. Ezekiel 37. Let's start at 21. Let's start at 20. And the sticks wherein thou writest shall be in thy hand before their eyes. You got two sticks, right? Ezekiel got two sticks. And say unto them, thus saith the higher power, behold, I will take the children of Israel from among the heathen, whether they be gone, and will gather them on every side and bring them into their own land. So the children of Israel are going to be gathered into their own land. Where's Mount Zion? Where's the holy mountain? Where is Jerusalem? It's in our land, in Israel, right? And it says, and I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountains of Israel, and one king shall be the king to them all. And they shall be no more two nations. Who? The northern kingdom of Judah, of Ephraim, and the southern kingdom of Judah. Neither shall they be divided into two kingdoms anymore at all. Neither shall they defile themselves anymore with their idols. No more the idolatry, which makes them walk as Gentiles, with their detestable things, nor with any of their transgressions, but I will save them out of all their dwelling places wherein they have sinned, and will cleanse them. So shall they be my people, and I will be their power. You see that? So this is talking about Israel. Well, I guess Zechariah switches that up, and he's talking about saving everybody. Let's read Zechariah 2:11 again. And many nations shall be joined unto the Most High in that day, and shall be my people. Let's read another verse about who's joined unto the Most High. Because the prophecy, if it's non-Israelites, there has to be a prophecy that says non-Israelites are going to join unto the Most High, right? I'm not adding, right? Every prophecy, it ain't nothing new. It's already written. Let's see. Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 4. In those days, in that time, saith the Most High, the children of Israel shall come, they and the children of Judah together. See, like we just read in Ezekiel. Going and weeping, they shall go and seek Ahijah their power. Possessive. Verse 5. They shall ask the way to Zion with their faces thitherward, saying, come and let us join ourselves to the Most High. You see that? That's too clear. In a perpetual covenant that shall not be forgotten. Who has a covenant with Israel, with the Most High? Forever. Who the ones all the covenants belong to? Israel. Right? Let's go back. Zechariah 2:11. I'm just continue to keep reading it so you see what all this stuff is talking about. And many nations shall be joined to the Most High that day, and shall be my people, and I will dwell in the midst of thee, and thou shalt know that the Most High of hosts has sent me unto thee. And the Most High matter of fact, hold on. I want to show, this I want to bring out. When it says Zechariah 2:11, and many nations shall be joined, understand, nations and Gentiles is the same thing. And why am I saying that? Because our northern kingdom brethren were called Gentiles. So when it says many nations shall be joined, that can also say, and many Gentiles shall be joined unto the Most High in that day. And these are Gentiles and scattered Israelites. Am I making it up? No. Let's read it and break that down. Check this out, all right? And this is also a part to bring out. I'm going to bring out partially about who the light is for, right? This is Isaiah chapter 9 and verse 1. Nevertheless, the dimness shall not be such as was in her vexation, in the northern kingdom's correction, right? Her anger. When at the first he lightly afflicted the land of Zebulun and the land of Naphtali, and afterward did more grievously afflict her by the way of the sea, beyond Jordan in Galilee of the nations. You hear that? Galilee of the nations. So the northern kingdom, which end up going off, it being referred to in that region as Galilee of the nations. But when we get to a Mashiach who quotes this, I told y'all Isaiah is quoted the most in the New Testament. Hamashiach quotes him in Matthew chapter 4. It says, and we start at verse 14, that it might be fulfilled which was spoken by Isaiah the prophet, saying, what we just read. Verse 15, the land of Zebulun and the land of Naphtali, by the way of the sea, beyond Jordan, Galilee of the Gentiles. It doesn't say Galilee of the nations, Galilee of the Gentiles. So that should tell you clearly that Gentiles and nations is synonymous, right? Could I would have went to the blue letter and showed you that? Yeah, but I'd rather do it scripturally, right? So, going back to Zechariah 2 and 11 again, and many nations shall be joined, many Gentiles shall be joined unto the Most High in that day, and shall be my people, and I shall dwell in the midst of thee, and thou shalt know that the Most High host has sent me unto thee. Oh, this stuff is so clear. Let's go to another verse. 8. Right? Let's go to later on in the chapter, right? Zechariah chapter 8, verse 1. And again, the word of the Most High host came to me, saying, thus said the Most High host, I was jealous for Zion with great jealousy, and I was jealous for her with great fury. Thus said the Most High, I am returned unto Zion, and will dwell in the midst of Jerusalem. Who are the people of Jerusalem? And Jerusalem shall be called a city of truth, and the mountain of the Most High's host, and the mountain of the Most High's host, the holy mountain. Thus saith the Most High of hosts, there shall yet old men and old women dwell in the streets of Jerusalem, and every man with a staff in his hand for very age. And the streets of the city shall be full of boys and girls playing in the streets thereof. Thus saith the Most High of hosts, if it be marvelous in the eyes of the remnant of this people in these days, should it be marvelous in my eyes, saith the Most High of hosts. Who is the remnant that's being talked about right here? We'll go to that in a second. Matter of fact, let's go to it now. Get it out the way. Who does the Bible say the remnant is, right? Not me. Who does the Bible say the remnant is? Isaiah chapter 10 and verse 21. The remnant shall return, like we just read in Zechariah, even a remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty power. See that? For though thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return. The consumption decreed shall overflow with righteousness, right? It's that simple. Let's get another. Talks about the remnant again. Let me see. First, let's go to Isaiah 11 and 16. There shall be a highway for the remnant of his people. Oh, I don't want to know. Let's not read that yet. Because we're going to bring that out later, right? The remnant is Israel. We just brought it out, but I'm just trying to. There's another one. Well, that's 2. That's good right there. We just read 2. Now, so going back to Zechariah chapter 8, right? And now we in verse 7. Thus saith the Most High of hosts, behold, I will save my people from the east country and from the west country, and I will bring them, and they shall dwell in the midst of Jerusalem. So the many nations, the many Gentiles that are going to be joined unto the Most High in Zion, because it says, awake, O Zion, I will bring them, and they shall dwell in the midst of Jerusalem, and they shall be my people, and I will be their power in truth and righteousness. This is what the Most High is saying in Zechariah chapter 2 and 11, right? Over and over. Let's get the Most High. Continuing on in Zechariah 2 and 12. And the Most High shall inherit Judah, his portion in the Holy Land, and shall choose Jerusalem again. That's already self-explanatory. We gotta really go over that again, right? Let's bring out one more scripture that who the Most High says, and we're gonna go to the people it's talking about. All right, when he says he's gonna be our people, we're gonna be his people. That they shall be my people. Let's read that. All right. Hosea, right? Hosea chapter 2 and verse 23. You already know Hosea. We went over before. His prophets unto the nation of Israel, namely the northern kingdom, prophesying of their destruction and also of their revival, of their return, of their deliverance, of their salvation, right? Hosea chapter 2, verse 23. And I will sow her unto me in the earth, and I will have mercy upon her that had not obtained mercy, and I will say to them which were not my people, Thou art my people, and they shall say, Thou art my power. This is Hosea talking to the northern kingdom of Ephraim. So again, all this lines up with everything being said in Zechariah 2 and 11. And we don't really got to go over that anymore. We done brought that all the way out too much. Not too much, but enough, right? Let's go to now Zechariah. The brother brought out Zechariah 8. And I think, yes, Zechariah 8, 20 through 23. So we're going to start at 18, read all the way down. 5 verses, 6 verses. Zechariah 8 and 18. And the word of the Most High of Hosts came unto me, saying, Thus saith the Most High of Hosts, the fast of the 4th month, and the fast of the 5th, and the fast of the 7th, and the fast of the 10th shall be to the house of Judah joy and gladness, and cheerful feast. Therefore love the truth and peace. These fasts are all pertaining to certain things that happened in the downfall of the children of Israel going into the Babylonian captivity. You read about it in Jeremiah 52. Let me see. Matter of fact, let's go just read a little bit of it. Just a little. It's like y'all can't be going live right now. I got a little internet issue. But Most High will, get it straightened out. That's why I'm trying to just move through this thing right here, right? Jeremiah chapter 52, verse 1. Zedekiah was 1 and 20 year old when he began to reign, and he reigned 11 years in Jerusalem, and his mother's name was Hamutal, and the daughter of Jeremiah of Libnah. Verse 2. And he did that which was evil in the eyes of the Most High, according to all that Jehoiakim had done. For through the anger of the Most High it came to pass in Jerusalem and Judah, till he had cast them out of his presence, that Zedekiah rebelled against the king of Babylon. And it came to pass in the 9th year of his reign, in the 10th month, in the 10th day of the month, that Nebuchadnezzar king of Babylon came, he and all his army, against Jerusalem, and pitched against it, and built forts against it round about. Right, then we jump down. All right, verse 5. So that was telling you what happened in the 10th month on the first day. And that became a fast for Israelites. Verse 5, so the city was besieged until the 11th year of King Zedekiah. Verse 6, and in the 4th month, in the 9th day of the month, this is another day they fast. Right, remember, we just read, it says in the fast of the 4th month, 5th, 7th, and the 10th. So we're reading what they're fasting about. In the 6th month, in the 4th month, let me see, Jeremiah 52 and 6, and in the 4th month, in the 9th day of the month, the famine was sore in the city, so there was no bread for the people of the land. So they're fasting about these things. Jump down, verse 12. Now in the 5th month, and in the 10th day of the month, which was the 19th year of Nebuchadnezzar king of Babylon, came Nebuzaradan, captain of the guard, which served the king of Babylon, into Jerusalem. He came into Jerusalem. Verse 13. And burnt the house of the Most High, and the king's house, and all the houses of Jerusalem, and all the houses of great men burnt he with fire. So these are the fasts that we talked about, including the Day of Atonement, which is the 7th fast, that all those days are going to be days of gladness and joy when we come to Israel. Just to bring out, the Babylonians didn't burn the house of the Most High. Okay, I'm going to read to you, in case I haven't brought it out before, who actually burnt the house down. All right, because it wasn't the Babylonians. Go into the Apocrypha, and you will see. Right, and this has to have relevance because, these people is going to show reoccurring, like they're always messing with us, right? Namely, always destroying our temples, whether it be the physical temple or the temple that we are now, our bodies, right? So, this is First Esdras, right, in the Apocrypha. First Esdras, the Apocrypha, chapter 4. Chapter 4 and verse 45. Thou also hast vowed to build up the temple which the Edomites burnt when Judea was made desolate by the Chaldees. The Chaldees are the sect of the Babylonians. You see that? So this is to let you know that, when it's bringing out the history, it is crediting the destruction of the house of the Most High to the Babylonians because they were the invading empire that came in and took over. But the actual people who did it was the Edomites crept in there, said, man, we're going to go get that temple while the Babylonians smacking these dudes up, capturing them, killing them, robbing them, spoiling them. We're going straight to that temple because we know this is the source of their strength where they serve their power, right? So back to Zechariah chapter 8 and 20. Thus saith the Most High of hosts. Thus saith the Most High of hosts, it shall yet come to pass that there shall come people and the inhabitants of many cities. We just read about this, but we're going to just go into it. Verse 21, and the inhabitants of one city shall go to another, saying, let us go speedily to pray before the Most High, to seek the Most High of hosts. I will go also. Mind you, y'all, at this point, Hamashiach's already there. All right? The nations are now bringing our sons and daughters. Some are on the ships of Tarshish. Some are going to be bringing them as a present, as a gift for mercy, right? But we're already in the land, and the beginning of the subduing of the nations is going down right now, right? So this is what's going on at this time. I'll read it again. Verse Zechariah 11 and 20. Thus saith the Most High of hosts, it shall come to pass that there shall come people and the inhabitants of many cities. Verse 21. And the inhabitants of one city shall go to another, saying, let us go speedily to pray before the Most High, to seek the Most High of hosts. I will go also. Verse 22. Yeah, many people and strong nations shall come to seek Ahiah, seek the Most High of hosts in Jerusalem, and to pray before the Most High. So they're going to seek him what? When they come up to learn law, statutes, and commandments. And I'm going to show you guys the deceit of why this brother or sister, whoever, used this reference of many people and strong nations coming to Jerusalem instead of using other places in the scripture. We're going to read why, and then you're going to see why they chose this. It's going to kill it all. Verse 22, yet many people and strong nations shall come to seek the Most High of hosts in Jerusalem, and to pray before the Most High. Verse 23, thus said the Most High of hosts, in those days it shall come to pass that 10 men shall take hold out of all languages of the nations, even shall take hold of the skirt of him that is a Jew, saying, we will go with you, for we have heard that Ahiah is with you. Right, he's our power, right? So all the nations, they're going to be like, yo, we run with you. Right? When they see the destruction, they see a Mashiach judging, he's seeing the Most High making Israel his battle axes and weapons of war, which I'm going to go into that stuff too. Right? Not today, but I'm going to go into that stuff too, Most High willing. They're going to be like, look, let's just go serve him. Let's surrender before we die. All right, let's just go serve, right? It's not a salvation. They're not coming because they love him. They're coming because they want to live. They got to understand this, right? So let's read the real account of this, or another account of this, to explain what's going on here, y'all. Let's go to Micah chapter 4. And we're going to start at verse 2. And many nations shall come. See, this is the same thing. And say, come and let us go up to the mountain of the Most High, to the house of the power of Jacob. See how this is more direct? And to the house of unto the house of the power of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways, which are the law, statutes, and commandments, and we will walk in his paths. For the law shall go forth of Zion, and the word of the Most High from Jerusalem. Right? Now let's read further. And he shall judge among many people, right? Many people, strong nations, and rebuke strong nations. That's a direct precept to the many people and strong nations spoken of in Zechariah. Why is he rebuking them? Thought he loves them. I thought the Most High loved everybody, right? Thought they're coming for salvation. I thought they're equal heirs with a Mashiach, right? I thought they get the promises. They're getting checked right here. It says, he shall judge, plead among many people, and rebuke strong nations afar off. Why? Because they're going to have to learn the laws. In the meantime, the chosen people, right, the children of the promise, we got the laws already put in our heart in the new covenant. You see that? This is different. This is a different lot for them, not the same lot, right? But keep on, and we're going to keep going. And they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. But they shall sit every man under his vine, and under his fig tree, and none shall make them afraid. Who? Us, Israel. For the mouth of the Most High of hosts hath spoken it. Verse 5. For all people will walk after one. Oh, no, listen to this. For all people will walk everyone in the name of his power. You see that? Are y'all understanding? All the people that come up to learn, they're going to walk in the name of their power. And we will walk in the name of Ahaya, our power, forever and ever. You see that, y'all? I don't want y'all to be confused. These are people that serve other nations. Remember, we went into Testament of Naphtali show that all the nations have powers over them, right? We went into Sirach 17:17 to show that the Most High set a ruler over every people, right? We went into Deuteronomy 32 that shows that the Most High has Jacob as his portion and Israel is a lot of his inheritance, right? So the other people, they have powers, but they're going to come and learn the laws and the culture and the heritage of our power, right? Now, it says, for all people will walk everyone in the name of his power. Because Ahai is not going to turn into their power. You see that? They're still going to walk in the name of their power. And it says, and we, Israel, will walk in the name of the Most High, our power, forever and ever. Forever and ever. So we're always going to have the Most High as our power, and they're going to have their powers as their power. But they're going to serve, they're going to act out, they're going to rehearse our righteous acts. You understand? Now, is this something that I'm formulating? No. Let's go into scripture and let's read about this. Let's read about this, right? This happened before, right? Let's read about this. All praise to the Most Holy. All right. This is why we gotta read the Bible, y'all, and study to show ourselves approved. All this stuff it can be found out. It can be searched out, man. All right. We're gonna read the introduction of it. Ezra chapter 4, verse 1. Now, when the adversaries of Judah and Benjamin heard that the children of the captivity builded the temple unto the Most High power of Israel, so the adversaries, those that are not Israelites, those that are not the Most High chosen people, those that he is not their power, when they heard that we had came out of Babylonian captivity and was rebuilding the temple under the commandment of Cyrus. Verse 2, Then they came to Zerubbabel and to the chief of the fathers and said unto them, Let us build with you, for we seek your power as ye do. And we do sacrifice unto him since the days of Esarhaddon, king of Assur, which brought us up hither. Right? Now, we read this before, and we know the Zerubbabel and the chief elder said, no, you're not going to build with us unto our power. We're going to build to our power Ahaya, right? But why did they say, we seek your power as ye do? And we do sacrifice unto him since the days of Esarhaddon, king of Assur. Let's go read the history of what they talking about. Let's go read it, right? And you guys are going to see what Zechariah was talking about when it says every man should walk in their power they should walk in their power, and we Israel are going to walk in our power. You're going to see what he said. All right? Now, I ain't going to read the whole thing, but I'm going to read it good enough of it so y'all understand what it say, all right? This is 2 Kings chapter 17, and I'll start at 21. Matter of fact, I'm going to start at 19. I want y'all to get this whole understanding. Also, Judah kept not the commandments of the Most High their power, but walked in the statutes of Israel, which they made, meaning they were being wicked just like the northern kingdom. And the Most High rejected all the seed of Israel, and afflicted them, and delivered them into the hand of spoilers, until he had cast him out of his sight. Remember, all nations that spoiled ye shall be spoiled, right? For he rent Israel from the house of David. They separated and made two nations, and they made Jeroboam the son of Nebat king, and Jeroboam drave Israel from following the Most High and made them sin a great sin. How? Because he made two golden calves, for one in Dan, one in Bethel. For the children of Israel walked in all the sins of Jeroboam which he did, and departed not from them, until Ahijah removed Israel out of his sight, removed him out the land, as he had said by all his servants the prophets. So was Israel carried away out of their own land to Assyria unto this day. This also is more to bring out how our forefathers was in Nineveh, which was the chief city of Assyria, when a brother said that Jonah prophesied to Gentiles. As you see, Israelites there. Again, in verse 24, and the king of Assyria, this is what he did, brought men from Babylon and from Cutha and from Ava and from Hamath, and from Sepharvaim. This is where you get Sephardic Jews. Sepharvaim, and place them in the cities of Samaria. This is where these people today get this term that they're Sephardic Jews. This is what I'm reading from you right now. And from Sepharvaim, and place them in the cities of Samaria. Put them in Samaria. Put them in the northern kingdom instead of the children of Israel, and they possessed Samaria and dwelt in the cities thereof. So you got non-Israelites living in the northern kingdom. Now look what happened. And so it was at the beginning of their dwelling there that they feared not the Most High. Therefore the Most High sent lions among them, which slew some of them. So why, like, I don't know you, and you think you about to really come here and do your wickedness here and not acknowledge where you at? Do you know where you at? So I said, let me send some lions on you. You don't know where you at, right? You in the Holy Land. Lions killed some of them. Verse 26. Wherefore they spake to the king of Assyria, saying, the nations which thou hast removed and placed in the cities of Samaria know not the manner of the power of the land. They don't know Ahijah. Therefore he hath sent lions among them, and behold, they slay them, because they know not the manner of the power of the land. We don't know how to deal with the power of this land. This one, man, he killing us right off the bat. Verse 27. And the king of Assyria commanded, saying, carry thither one of the priests whom ye brought from there. Go get some of the Levites from there, right? Some of the people from there, and let them go and dwell there, and let him teach them the manner of the power of the land. You see that? They had to learn then, because they tried to come to the land then. This is why when they come up, they got to learn the ways then, because they're not going to be able to come up there anyway. Even as captives, they're not going to be able to come there and stay. They got to keep the law. You in Israel, you got to keep the law. Now, verse 28, and one of the priests whom they had carried away from Samaria came and dwelt in Bethel, and taught them how they should fear Ahijah. See this? Nothing new under the sun. Howbeit every nation made powers of their own. So they still had their own deities, their own idols, and put them in the houses of the high places which the Samaritans had made, every nation in their cities wherein they dwelt. And the men of Babylon made Succoth-Benoth, and the men of Cuth made Nergal, and the men of Hamath made Eshma, and the Avites made Nibhaz and Tartak, and the Sepharites burnt their children in the fire to Adramelech and Anamelech, the powers of Sepharvaim. So they feared the Most High, and made unto themselves of the lowest of them priests of the high places, which sacrificed for them in the houses of the high places. So what that's saying is, they served them, they kept the laws, they served the higher, and they served their deities. Because it's like, look, we can't just come here and do our thing. We got to respect them. We got to respect this house where we at, right? So we're going to fear higher, which means keep the laws, and we're going to do what we got to do, what we do to our powers. Verse 33, they feared the Most High and served their own powers. That's what it's saying. After the manner of the nations whom they carried away from thence. After the manner of what? The northern kingdom Israelites. Unto this day they do after the former manners. They fear not the Most High, neither do they after their statutes, or after the ordinances, or after the laws and commandments which the Most High commanded the children of Jacob, whom he named Israel, with whom the Most High had made a covenant, and charged them, saying, ye shall not fear other powers, nor bow yourselves to them, nor serve them, nor sacrifice to them. Now, just to jump to the last verse, verse 41. So these nations feared the Most High and served their graven images, both their children and their children's children, as did their fathers, so do they unto this day. You see that? So this is to let you know, when the brother tried to bring out that they were going to come back, these many nations and strong people are going to come and hold the skirt of a Jew and say, we're going to come because the Most High is with you. First off, they're not coming because the High is about to be their power, because it says they're going to walk in the power of who they are, the power of their nation. And we're going to walk in the power of our nation. So this is not a higher turning into their power. And this is not definitely them turning into the Most High's people. You see this, you guys? They're still going to have their power over them. Right? Now, they're not going to do idolatry in the land. No, there's going to be no more idols in Israel. No more serving. Nowhere in the world ain't going to be no more of that. Right? But they're going to have their power, which is an angel still over them. Thus saith the scripture. Right? Let me see. Let's read a little more. Verse 6. In that day, saith the Most High, we're in Joel chapter 4 and verse 6. Micah chapter 4 and verse 6. In that day, saith the Most High, will I assemble her that halted, and will gather her that is driven out, and her that I have afflicted. We just read in matter of fact, we're gonna read some more. We just read in Ezekiel, he's gonna gather who? Israel. It's prophesied to gather Israel. It's not prophesied. And we're gonna get into that in a minute. Right? I will gather her that is driven out, and her that I have afflicted. Who is that? Talking about Israel. Verse 7, I will make her that halted a remnant. We already said who the remnant was. That's Israel. So who was her that halted? Israel. And he that was cast far off, a strong nation. Who was cast far off? We just read it. That's us. We're going to make us a strong nation, and the Most High shall reign over them. Who? Us, Israel. In Mount Zion, from henceforth, even forever. All right? That's real clear. That's real clear, right? So this Zechariah bring out, his brothers misunderstood. We just went over it. We're going to continue to go over it, right? Let's go now, and let's go deal with Isaiah. All right, you brought Isaiah 56. I know Isaiah 56, Lord, how are you going to break this down? According to the scripture, like we've been doing. So we're going to do it. All right, now mind you, I never said it ain't going to be non-Israelites in the land. They're going to be taken for servants and bondmen. They're going to be taken for bondmen. Okay? They're going to be taken captive. They're going to be in our land. They're going to be our servants. They're not going to be our... It's not going to be their power, though. They're not going to be saved. They're going to be living like us. Okay? We're going to be the ones that are going to be being blessed with all the forces of all the nations. Us, they're not going to be taken... The land ain't going to be theirs. Ain't going to be belong to them. Right? Let's get Isaiah 56. All right? And we just start at 1. We're going to read all the way to, he brought out a couple verses, so we'll read all the way to, we'll read 8, all right? So Isaiah 56 and verse 1. Thus saith the Most High, keep ye judgment and do justice, for my salvation is near to come, and my righteousness to be revealed. What is the judgment? Who's he talking to right here? Isaiah is a prophet to the nation of Israel, but he said, the Most High, keep ye judgment. So let's get the precept for judgment right quick. Bless you, Father. All right, what does it mean to keep judgment? All right, Psalms 119. Let's get that one precept. No. Where's that one? It was right. All of these are good, but there was a specific one that I wanted to read. There was a specific one that I'm like, there was a specific one I want to read, you guys. Oh, wait. I think it's... Okay, here it goes right here. This is Psalms 119 and verse 66. Teach me good judgment, right? Most I said, keep ye judgment, right? Teach me good judgment and knowledge, for I have believed thy commandments. So what does it mean when he's saying keep judgment? It means keep the law. Israel's the only one supposed to keep the law. So we know further, most I talking to Israel right here, right? Now, for my salvation, which is for Israel, we brought out what salvation is when Israel gets brought back out of captivity and dwell in the land safely. And my righteousness, which is also the law, to be revealed. Verse 2. Blessed is the man that doeth this, and the son of man that layeth hold on it. Israel's the only people that's prophesied to be blessed in the scripture. You can start with the blessing of the sons of Aaron in Numbers chapter 6. You can start with the blessings of the covenant in Deuteronomy chapter 28. You talk about the blessings in the Beatitudes in Matthew chapter 5. Blessed are the peacemakers, blessed are they that mourn, blessed are the meek, blessed are the men that revel you for the gospel's sake, right? Rejoice because the kingdom of the Most High is yours, right? These are Israelites that are blessed, right? Blessed is the man that doeth this, and the son of man that take hold on it, what? The law, that keepeth the Sabbath, who is given on to Israel, from polluting it, and keepeth his hand from doing any evil. Moses shall set before you this day good and evil, right? So keepeth his hand from transgressing the law. Verse 3. Neither let the son of the stranger. This is one of the first verses he said. Neither let the son of the stranger. He thinks this stranger is a non-Israelite. Let's show. We showed so many times. Y'all already got these verses, but I'm gonna bring a different one this time, just to make it, interesting. This is Psalms 119 and 19. I am a stranger. King David says, I am a stranger in the earth. Hide not thy commandments from me. The Most High doesn't have to hide commandments from a Gentile because they don't have them. So this is an Israelite who's calling himself a stranger. That's King David. You already got the other preachers for it. That had joined himself unto the Most High. We just read in Jeremiah, the people, chapter 50, verse 4 and 5, who said we're going to co-actually with Zion, and we're going to join ourselves unto the Most High in perpetual covenant. That's Israel saying, saying, the Most High had utterly separated me from his people. Neither let the eunuch say, behold, I am a dry tree. Now, when it says he separated me from other people, meaning when the Most High said, Northern Kingdom not a people no more, and I'm not your power, he separated us from all nations by giving us the law, statutes, and commandments. That's the verse I told y'all to meditate on, Leviticus 20, verse 25 and 26, where he said, I have severed you from all people, that you shall be mine. By what? By laws, statutes, and commandments. So when he took the Northern Kingdom of Israel and let him get sent into captivity to Assyria, said, you're not my people, I'm not your power, meaning they didn't have the law no more. So that separates them from his people. These are the same people that are strangers that he's talking about that are going to come back to him and that we're reading about right here, right? Also says, neither let the eunuch say behold, I am a dry tree. Let's deal with that. You know what? Is there such thing as a eunuch in the children of Israel? Yes. How? Because a eunuch, right? Someone that is taken captive and made to serve in the king's court of the nation that took them captive. This is Isaiah chapter 39 and verse 7. And of thy sons, matter of fact, let's start in verse 5. Then said Isaiah to Hezekiah, hear the word of the higher of hosts. Behold, the days come that all that is in thine house and that which thy fathers have laid up in store until this day shall be carried to Babylon. Right? Remember Babylon. Nothing shall be left, saith the Most High, and of thy sons that shall issue from thee, which are the royal princes, the royal seed, which thou shalt beget, shall they take away, and they shall be eunuchs in the palace of the king of Babylon. You see that? Oh, goodness, bro. Let me read Isaiah 56 and 3 again. Now to let the son of the stranger that hath joined himself unto the Most High. You got scattered Israelite, you're a stranger. Then you come back, join yourself unto the Most High in perpetual covenant. Speak, saying, the Most High utterly separated me from his people. Neither let the eunuch say, behold, I am a dry tree. There's 3 eunuchs, of course. We just read to you one. And did this happen? Yeah. King Daniel, you got the prophet Daniel. This is what him, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, right, were made when they went to Babylon. They were made eunuchs. You can read about it. Daniel chapter 1, verse 3. And the king spake unto Ashpenaz, the master of his eunuchs. So you got a leader, manager, right, Lord, master over all the eunuchs. Master of his eunuchs, that he should bring certain of the children of Israel and of the king's seed, Hezekiah's seed, and of the princes. Verse 4. Children in which was no blemish, but well favored and skillful in all wisdom and cunning and knowledge and understanding, science, and such as had ability in them to stand in the king's palace, and whom they might teach the learnings and the tongue of the Chaldeans. And the kings appointed them a daily provision of king's meat and the wine which he drank, so nourished them 3 years, that at the end they might stand before the king. Now among these eunuchs were of the children of Judah, Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. You see that? Read whole chapter, Daniel chapter 1. It's just going to tell you more of that's what it is, right? Now, going back. Also, Mashiach spoke of eunuchs. Let's go to that right quick. Right? Let's go to that. Matthew chapter 19. Chapter 19 and verse 10. His disciples said unto him, if the case of man be so with his wife, it is not good to marry. Because he's asking, he had just answered the questions about Pharisees, talking about a man put away his wife, except he be for fornication, and shall marry another, commit adultery. And whoso married her which is put away doth commit adultery. So he's answering, he's answering the question. The disciples are reacting to the answer Mashiach gave them. Oh, you gonna commit adultery? You put this person away, right? But he said unto them, all men cannot receive this saying, save they to whom it is given. So everybody can't receive, not marrying, because the disciples said, if this the case, this is Matthew 19 and 10, the disciples said unto him, if the case of man be so with his wife, it is not good to marry. He's like, well, we shouldn't get married then, right? Verse 12, for there are some eunuchs which were so born from their mother's womb. Eunuch means you're not going to be with a man. That's what eunuch means. Some are born that way. Then it says, and there are some eunuchs which were made eunuchs of men. This is what Daniel and the 3 children were made by men, made them to be eunuchs. And there be eunuchs which have made themselves eunuchs for the kingdom of heaven's sake. You see that? That tells you that this destroys, again, Isaiah, we just read, because it's telling you that being a eunuch is actually one of the ways to help you get to the kingdom. Because it says, there be eunuchs which have made themselves eunuchs for the kingdom of heaven's sake. He that is able to receive it, let him receive it. So just speak for the example, my girl passed. I can take a wife, but I can choose to be a eunuch. I can choose not to deal with a woman like right now for the kingdom's sake, because I want to focus on the Most High. The scripture tells you, I think in 1 Corinthians chapter 7, that a man that taketh a wife, he cared not for the things of how he should please the Most High, but he cares for the things of the world, how he may please his wife, right? So when you want to be a eunuch, it's like, man, I'm wholly set. Man, I want to serve the Most High. I don't want to mess up. I want to be perfect. I want to be holy. I want to be upright. So he making himself a eunuch for this portion. So when the scriptures is talking about, the eunuch is talking about, mind you, I just went through those to show you, the eunuch that is talking about, he says, behold, right? Isaiah 56 and 3, neither let the son of the stranger that had joined himself to the Most High speak, saying, the Most High utterly separated me from his people. Neither let eunuch say, behold, I am a dry tree. What does it mean when he says he's a dry tree? A eunuch can have his situation down there damaged, right? What was the first commandment given to Adam and Eve? Be thou fruitful and multiply in the earth. So if a tree is dry, it means there's no fruit on it. Meaning a eunuch, he can't be fruitful and bring forth children, right? So now let's go on to the law. Glory to the higher. Deuteronomy 23, verse 1. He that is wounded in the stones, his testicles, or has his private member cut off, shall not enter into the congregation of the Most High. This is what is being addressed by Isaiah. This is a eunuch right here, right? Because he can't be with a woman. Why? Because his situation is damaged, right? So this is not talking about a non-Israelite. It's talking about Israelites that might have been in captivity, might have suffered some things where you can still come in. This is what it's saying, y'all. Now read verse 4. For thus saith the Most High unto the eunuchs that keep my Sabbaths, who's only given to Israel, and choose the things that please me, and take hold of my covenant. All covenants belong to Israel. Even unto them will I give in mine house and within my walls a place and a name better than the sons and of daughters. Israelites, we're going to be named a lot of things. One of the things we're going to be named is the glory of the Most High's praise. That's one of the names we're going to be given, right? The sought out people. The blessed of the Most High. We're going to be called a lot of stuff, right? And I will give them an everlasting name that shall not be cut off. That's going to be our name. Most High willing, the remnant that makes into the kingdom, right? Moving on. Verse 6, also the sons of the stranger that join themselves unto the Most High. We just read to you in Jeremiah who those are. Those are Israelites. To serve him and to love the Most High. Who was the service of the Most High given to? Israel. And to love the Most High. What is commanded, what is required of Israel to do in Deuteronomy 10 and 12? To love the Most High, right? To love the name of the Most High, to be his servants. We already know who his servants are. Everyone that keepeth the Sabbath from polluting it and taking hold of my covenant. Those are Israelites. Covenant belongs to who? Pertains to Israel. Verse 7, even them will I bring to my holy mountain and make them joyful in my house of prayer. We're going to be joyful. Their burnt offerings and their sacrifices shall be accepted upon my altar. Doesn't it say in Psalms 50 and 5, gather my saints to me, those that have made a covenant with me by sacrifice, the non-Israelites can't sacrifice unto Ahiah. All right? They can't sacrifice unto Ahiah. And their sacrifices shall be accepted upon my altar. So that's why I went through the connotation showing you that this is talking about Israel, 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 Israel all the way down, because it says their sacrifices shall be accepted on the altar. For mine house shall be called a house of prayer for all people. Right? Let's see. Now verse 8. The Most High, Ahiah, which gathereth the outcasts of Israel. We already went through who the outcasts of Israel is in Jeremiah chapter 11. I think verse 12, right? Outcasts of Israel saith, yet will I gather others to him, beside those that are gathered unto him. So he's going to gather beside those that are gathered unto him. So beside those that are gathered unto the Most High, he's going to gather others unto him. Now, how do we break this down, y'all? We know the scriptures say how much Israel's going to be gathered. We've read that already a couple times. We'll read it a couple times right now, just to show, right, that the Most High is going to gather Israel, right? We already know that, but we'll just read, right? We'll just read it. Matter of fact, let's read the one in Ezekiel, right? Let's read. Oh, okay. Well, let's read one in Jeremiah, and we'll read one in Ezekiel, right? So this is Jeremiah chapter 31 and 8. Behold, I will bring them from the north country and gather them from the coast of the earth, and with them the blind and the lame, the woman with child, and her that travaileth with child, together a great company, and return thither. That means they're Israelites, because they're returning somewhere they used to be. And they shall come with weeping, and with supplications will I lead them, and I will call them to walk by the rivers of water in a straight way, wherein they shall not stumble. For I am a father to Israel, and Ephraim is my firstborn. So this even give you another precept to show you that the northern kingdom is prophesied to get brought back, right? Let's get another precept about who's the Most High is going to gather, right? And then we got to find a precept that says he's going to gather non-Israelites somewhere. This is Ezekiel chapter 20 and verse 34. And I will bring you out from the people, and will gather you out of the countries wherein ye are scattered, with a mighty hand and with stretched out arm and with fury poured out. And I will bring you into the wilderness of the people, and there will I plead with you face to face. Well, I said he's going to gather us, right? So this is how we're going to break down when he says he will gather others, right? This is how we're going to break it down, right? Show you how we make it clear, right? We're going to make it clear who these others are and their capacity, right? So this is let's see. Let's see. Jeremiah. Let's go to Jeremiah 32, right? What is this gonna? It's gonna help us break down things in a biblical way, so I don't have to say nothing, right? Man, it's like it, y'all. These dumb flies. So the key words you got to look at says the Most High said, yet he will gather others to him. How do we find others? Jeremiah chapter 32 and verse 29. And the Chaldeans that fight against this city shall come and set fire on this city and burn it with the houses, upon whose roofs they have offered incense unto Baal, and poured out drink offerings unto other powers, to provoke me to anger. You see that? So Ahiah is the one getting angry here. So they're worshiping other powers. Now we know that the powers of the nations are idols, right? So when it says other powers, it's talking about the people. This is referencing what the other people worship, because we worship Ahiah B'Hashem Yeshai. So if it says other powers, then those nations, all the powers of the other nations are idols. It's talking about non-Israelites when it says other. Let's get another scripture, right? Let's get another one to show what other is scripturally is talking about, right? This is Judges chapter 2 and verse 11. And the children of Israel did evil in the sight of Ahiah, and served Baalim. They forsook Ahiah, power of their fathers, so they forsook the Most High, and brought which brought them out of the land of Egypt, and followed other powers. See that? Of the powers of the people that were round about them, and bowed themselves unto them, and provoked the Most High to anger. They forsook Ahiah and served Baal and Asherah. So when we see the term other, the way we can define other is what? By looking at the power. It says other powers. So who served these other powers? Right here, Canaanites. Right? Who served those other powers in Jeremiah? Babylonians. Right? Now let's look at it more acutely. Right? And let's just look at it for exactly what it said it is. Right? Matter of fact, let's get a precept just to bring it out. Right? We got the curses. Deuteronomy 28 and verse what? 64. What does it say? And the Most High shall scatter thee among all the people from one end of the earth, even unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other powers, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood or stone. Now, who are the others that he's going to gather? Obviously, it's the ones, after what we just read, that serve these other powers. So, let's go to the Apocrypha, right? And we're going to read 2nd Ezra, chapter 6. And verse, start at 54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest master of all thy creatures, of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen. Israel, yeah, we come from Adam. All this have I spoken before thee, O Ahiah, because thou madest the world for our sakes. As for the other people, see that? Now you know who the others are. It's the other people who what? Which also come of Adam. So this is everybody else on earth. That's not Israelite. Thou hast said that they are nothing. So, mind you, these others he's going to gather, he said there has nothing. Okay? So the gathering of these others is not going to change. There's still nothing. Why? Because they're going to be servants. They're going to have their other powers they're going to walk in their way. They're going to come up and learn the law, statutes, and commandments. That's what he's gathering to Zion to do. To be captives and to learn his laws. That's it. All right, let's read a little more. Thou hast said that they are nothing, but be like unto spittle, and hast likened the abundance of them, all of them, unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. Oh, let's get another verse. Let's see. What's that other verse yeah. This one is even clearer. All right, let's go to Daniel. All right, Daniel, chapter 2. And verse 44, right? And in the days of these kings, shall the power of heaven, Ahiah, set up a kingdom, which is what we've been reading about all this time, which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people. Man, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. So there's not going to get to be a turn. Not going to be an opportunity where the Most High going to begin to be these people's power. They're always going to be others. They're always going to be spit. They're always going to be less than nothing in vanity. They're just being gathered there for captivity and to be rebuked and to be ruled over with a rod of iron and to learn the law, statutes, and commandments. Just like they turned us away from our power and provoked us and influenced us to serve their powers. Now we're not going to provoke them. We're going to make them do what. Walk in the ways of our power. It's what it is, you guys. Right? So, with this understanding, we can't think that Isaiah 56 is talking about a salvation for them because he's gathering them up there. Y'all understand this? I pray y'all understand this, man. So yeah, that's just, it's so much more. I could still just go on just to continue to bring out how wonderful this deliverance is and the subduing of the nations, all the nations, how they're going to be under us. Like, I'll read one more just to make it a little more clear if it's still not clear. All right, Jeremiah chapter 30 and verse 16. Therefore all they that devour thee, we read this already, right, shall be devoured, and all thine enemies. No, I don't want to read that. I want to read here you go, Isaiah 51. This is what I'm going to read. Isaiah 51 and verse 21. Therefore hear now this, thou afflicted and drunken. That's talking about us. We were afflicted by the Most High, but not with wine. Verse 22, thus said the Most High thy power, just let you know he's talking to Israel, that pleadeth the cause of his people. Behold, I have taken out of thine hand the cup of trembling, even the dregs of the cup of my fury, his judgment. Thou shalt no more drink it again. This is how you know when this is at the end of captivity, when we're in the end of the last captivity and we're in Jerusalem. Verse 23, but I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee, which have said to thy soul, bow down that we may go over, that thou hast laid thy body at the ground as the streets to them that went over. So the fury, the judgment, the trembling, that the Most High, the judgment, the rebuke, all that's going to go on the nations. That was on us. How are they going to be saved? How's that salvation to them? It's not salvation. Somebody say, oh, well, they're alive, so they got saved. No. That's righteous judgment, man. Deuteronomy 30:7. And the Most High thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. All nations that persecuted Yasharallah, so they're going to endure these curses. Because they're not going to keep the law, statutes, and commandments when they learn them better than us. They're not going to do that. Especially not without the Holy Spirit, which they cannot get. Right? So they're going to break laws, and when they cut up, we're going to be the one to exact the curses. Verse 8, and thou shalt return and obey the voice of the Most High, and do all his commandments which I command thee. This talking about Israel. Verse 9, and the Most High thy power will make thee plenteous in every work of thy hand, and in the fruit of thy body, and in the fruit of thy cattle, and in the fruit of thy land for good. Our land for good. For the Most High again will rejoice over thee for good, as he rejoiced over thy fathers. If thou shalt hearken unto the voice of Ahijah thy power to keep his commandments and his statutes which are written in this book of the law, and if thou turn unto the Most High thy power with all thy heart and with all thy soul. Right? So, brothers continually should be getting edified, should be getting corrected, and should be considering their ways, and should be, reasoning within themselves, because this thing is being brought forth continually, that this salvation is only for Israel. Ahijah is only the power of Israel, none else. There's not going to be a brand new calling. There's not going to be a gathering of new people that he's going to call his people. It's always going to be, and always has been, and always will be, forever and ever, Yasharallah, the Most High's chosen apple of his eye. Still got some more verses to go over, but I just wanted to do this one. Mind you, it's not live because got internet issues, but Most High one, I'm going to get that situated quick, and then we'll go into a little bit more. Probably at Assyria, Egypt bring out. We're going to deal with that, right? And then we'll deal with Galatians chapter 3 too. With that, man, I pray y'all strong. Pray y'all praying my strength. I'm praying for y'all. All praise the Most Holy. Ahaya Shoahaya. Bahashem Amashiach Yeshai. Kwam Yasharallah. Shalom.